Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 177 of Petey's Awesome Guest Panel. Now, before I introduce tonight's returning awesome guest star, no pun intended, I would like to introduce tonight's roundhouse of co-hosts. First off, joining me, it's Ladies Night, so we're going to start with ladies first. That is, from the land from down under, Miss Jessie the Bond.
Hi! You're so great to be back here.
Love it.
Guys.
We love
Same.
having you. Also joining us tonight, too, another one of my good buddies, another wonderful man. He is the apprentice prop master next to Nikki's prop master, and that is Mr. Dan Romano.
Hey Pete, glad to be here. Lasean, so good to see you again, my dear. Like last time I saw you, we were doing karaoke at Ranger Stop, so it's good to see you again. And just love seeing you.
Awesome.
Sounds like fun.
Also joining us tonight too, from jolly old England, Squammy Jacobs.
What's up, guys? It's glad to be back here, and it's good to see you again, LaShawn. Good to be interviewing you again for the second time.
How you feeling, Kwame?
Likewise.
How you feeling, Kwame?
Fine.
Okay.
I feel fine now.
You're all right, man.
Thanks for asking, Pete.
Also joining us tonight, a guy who is the epitome of a genuine human being, and that is Michael Johnson, aka MJ.
Thanks for having me, Pete. What's up, Lisa? Nice to meet you.
So always glad to have you, MJ. And like I said, a woman who needs absolutely no introduction. She is a Power Ranger icon. She is the star of Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers and Young Tanya. Welcome back, Miss LaShawn Davis. Welcome, LaShawn. Well, great to have you back.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me. It's good to be back.
You're welcome.
We got surprises for you later today. I have something I made in your honor. We're gonna watch later on tonight. But before we get to that, LaShawn, though, I know we covered a lot of the Power Ranger questions we did on last time show. So this time, like we try to change things up a little bit here and do stuff differently though. So we have different questions asked this time, and because it is ladies' nights with our legendary lady guest star, we're gonna start with the first question, and that is Jesse. You're gonna ask the first question. Your first question for the legendary LaShawn Davis.
How did your experience on Power Rangers Wild Force lead on to your future projects later on in either your acting career or non-acting careers, and what preceded after Alien Rangers?
Woo! Well, that's a loaded question. I guess most of which would be, well, we'll go with two answers to that. So regarding the industry and more television work, I was able to utilize being casted for that particular show to extend my contract with my management team at the time. And I think I signed for a couple of years with them. At the time, the idea was that I would pursue acting more, and I did go out on more auditions. But at that age where we were recording, we were right in the middle of middle school. And so I just was a normal kid that had grown up. So I wasn't as invested in acting at that time, and just couldn't wait for my management contract to end so I could just be in high school full time, not having to worry about auditions and things like that. So I really didn't do much after Power Rangers within the entertainment industry. I would say though that just being around different type of people and learning to adapt to situations and change, like being on set and the weather elements, the discomfort, wardrobe, because we're walking in the middle of dirt in these little sandals, there were a whole bunch of things going on that kind of gave me a taste at just learning better how to adapt in different situations that would carry me through, growing older and even working like on a regular normal job these days. Just kind of keeping my head on a swivel when there are things that happen outside your control. So I appreciate the experience, definitely once in a lifetime.
I see. And before I get to Kwame gets to his question though too, LaShawn, I have to ask you too, like when filming though, like you mentioned like in our previous interview, you weren't a fan of like the props, not the prop, the costume that you were given, right? Because it was cold outside, correct?
Correct. Like being wrapped in the outfits and things like that, it was a whole lot.
Okay. I just wanted to remember if that was remembered because I didn't want to ask the same question like last time. I just was wondering if that was exactly what you said last time. Sorry about that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Quam, your first question?
Mm-hmm. Okay, what was the most challenging part about playing as Tanya?
The most challenging part, I'll say, it was, well, I guess if I really think about it, I can't say that there was a challenge per se, um, as much as really kind of embracing that those scenes that I didn't involve the rest of the cast. Because I'm sure if you guys remember, it was pretty much me and young Aisha, which is
Yep.
Sicily, right?
Yep.
So being able to be around Michael and Justin and Julia, they had some scenes where they really did everything together. I had kind of like that last scene,
Yeah.
where we were all in the command center together, but that was so quick. TV has a way of bringing things together. And I really spent the least amount of time with the full cast. And so that's bittersweet because they're all such cool people. But at that time, I was the Lone Ranger, so to speak.
By the way, we're gonna watch clips from those epic episodes of Hogtide Afternoon too. For the the command center, you mentioned that up too. In person, was it like bigger in person, like the setup of the command center, or was it like illusional, like it's all illusion?
No, I would say it was it was spot on for what we were able to see when it aired on TV. That's pretty much the size of the command center. Now, I mean, it was enhanced on TV, the
Oh,
vibrance of the colors, and it looked more like this really electric command station, on set when the camera's not rolling, those prop guys, they do an amazing job to create illusions that translate onto the big screen. So it definitely wasn't a refined electronic area. Not at all. Little dust here, little dust there. Um, I really, now that you mention it, it's kind of interesting how they brought that together as something that you would have thought would have been right there. But make no mistake about it. So the silver panels and all the buttons that you see, that was right there. But the vibrance of it, like none of it worked, because it wasn't an electrical piece that was put together. But there were some lighting effects that they were able to install on those panels that they created that would give the illusion that it was some type of major electrical equipment that was being used in the command center. So it was just pretty cool to see this is where we're standing. And then when you see the episode air, how much fancier it appears to be, right?
still one of the coolest command centers ever though. Like design, like you said, it's just absolutely brilliant. Like the props and setup, though the design. Like Nikki, we're gonna have one of the prop designers on the show like like next month. Nikki, I'm having problem pronouncing his last name. Like forgive me for that. But we're gonna have him on. He's gonna discuss more about like the props and stuff. But I do want to ask you too. Like this question is related to how incredibly good you are when tapping into like real life emotions though. And in this case for Tanya though, I was curious to know like when playing Tanya Sloan. How do you balance, Tanya's personality with your very own personality? Like, in your opinion, a humble opinion, what is the key of making a character or any acting character that is portrayed feel more authentic on television?
Jeez, Petey. Next time, give a heads up on
Sorry,
the depth of the questions that you.
I'll send you the questions next time in advance. I apologize.
That's a wow one. I think that's the true art of acting when you're able to tap into whatever the character needs are. So from what I can remember, conceptually, there's this little African girl minding her business, going through life with her village, right? And then this very uncharacteristic other young lady just appears in the country, like out of nowhere, literally, right? And she's telling her things, and they're not really afraid of each other, even though they can see literal differences. And so they just start walking and talking. And so I think part of my natural personality, just giving and engaging with people, it just kind of fit. So there were some tender moments about Tanya that really allowed me to just be myself, so to speak, which isn't always the case. If let's say they had cast Tanya and she was a bubbly, excited, you know, um, kind of nerdy kid who was just into different types of maybe comic books or whatever nuances could have been the case about her. But I don't think she was really written to be that way. And subsequently, you would meet Big Tanya, right? And I think part of why we were able to mesh in such a way is because there are things about our personalities that were very similar. Even, off screen, just sitting and chilling, talking to each other. It just kind of worked. So to answer your question, Tanya, I think, I don't know if they were intentional about this at the time, but I think she just, where they were trying to utilize her character and move forward into the Zio series, she just kind of fit who I was. So I didn't really have to become someone else. I don't know if you guys noticed the way she talked. Friends of mine will often say sometimes, "Girl, you talk slow. Can you finish a point a little faster? Can you get to the story?"
Mm.
You know, I don't recall Tanya talking fast. So that's me, 100. um, she was just very calm, very warm, and very helpful. Check, check, check. I don't know too many people that would argue against that being me naturally. So maybe in a different role where I'd really have to tap into some things that are contrary to me naturally. But for a young Tanya, it just kind of fit and worked out well at the time.
I thought you did a damn good job, like, with that scene, though. Especially if I was in that scene right there, because in that scene, I was around the same age. I think it was 5 when that episode aired. Because that was 95, right? When you filmed that episode?
Yeah, it was or was it 90s, 95, 96, one of the
Yeah.
two.
You were so
One
believable,
of them.
like, when you came up to young Aisha, though. Like, if I was in that scene in that particular moment, I would feel disarmed because I would feel so safe around you because because, like, that's how good you were, like, telling the story. That I want to give you props for that.
Oh, Petey. Petey, if you didn't already have a boo, I would really feel like you're coming for me right now. But I appreciate the love, okay? I really appreciate it.
Hmm.
I'm not
Hmm.
gonna lie. You know what? Like I said, when I met you at PMCC last year, 5-year-old PD came out because I was like, when I saw you, I was like, holy shit! I feel like I was watching, young Tanya again. So it's like, that's why the excitement you saw last year at PMC was like all genuine. Like I was so excited to finally like meet everybody in the cast like at Power Rangers because that was just being a fan for a long time of 30 years, like since the Power Rangers started. So it was just awesome just to see you in person.
Love you right back, Petey. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Dan. Your first question?
Well, my question first, I gotta show you this. Some
Sure.
I'm working on the Zeo subcrystal, your
Oh
crystal.
my gosh.
Oh
Yeah,
How
snap!
cool is
Cool.
that, Dan?
it's
Oh
still in the
wow!
beginning stages. I still got to do the bottom half of it, obviously, but this is just the beginnings of it. So I should appreciate that. And
Absolutely.
I wanted you got me thinking. I was saying, like when we saw you, we didn't know what Tanya was going to be. You were literally our introduction. Like she could have been anything, kind of like you were just saying, but you literally made Tanya, what Nikia like. If you think about it in a weird way, Nikia almost had to play off you because she was going off literally like like we got introduced to her through you, you know. So not sure if I was making sense there, but anyway, my question would be,
Oh no,
um,
absolutely. I got
I'm
you.
curious, what part of California did you guys shoot all the night scenes?
So all of our scenes, even the ones even the ones by the command center, I believe, however they staged that, were in Valencia, California.
There's Valencia. Okay.
So that is Southern Cal. If anyone is familiar with Lancaster, Palmdale, Santa Clarita area off the 14 freeway, Valencia would be the beginning of
Yeah.
that little trek that kind of goes through the mountains that has these little desert passages of
Yeah.
sorts. So that they found a spot and pulled, the trailers in there, and that's where we set up ship to record those episodes.
I was curious because they would sometimes, I noticed they tried to decorate it a little bit to look like Africa, but they would often reuse and recycle the same places. So I was just curious, but that's really cool.
Right. It's like I said, them just finding little desert areas. I think the tumbleweed that we had in some of those scenes might have been there already.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if, I'd have to ask Nick. I didn't even think about that. If the aesthetics of like the environmental pieces that were there, how much of that did they have to make, as opposed to just being able to use what was already in that passage of land space?
Yeah.
I see. And
Thanks, LaShawn. Because it's hard to like. I mean, they California has like everything. It's a lot like New Zealand. Like there's so many different, um, like you get all different kinds of weather there in the same place, and you can just, like it looks. I mean, it looked close enough to the Sahara, like what they were trying to do. But yeah, thanks for answering that, though, LaShawn. I appreciate that.
No problem. Thanks for asking.
LaShawn, I gotta ask too because we're coming off and we did recently. I did a watch along for the 30-year anniversary of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie era. Though I gotta ask, did you watch the movie in theaters when it first came out in '95?
Oh, I absolutely did not. I can't even think. Um, and I did go to the movies, but I don't even know if I thought about watching it like that at the time. That's really good. No, I didn't see it in the theaters at that time. And I can't even give you a good reason as to why. You would have thought because I was definitely fully engulfed in all things Power Rangers. Like being younger at that time, oh yes, definitely. All things Power Rangers. So it would have been the natural progression of things to go and see that movie. And I did not.
I'm
You
sorry.
want to know something interesting, LaShawn? When they were filming the Turbo movie, they shot. They also too went to Africa in there, but they went to Louisiana for that to try to make that look like Africa. Isn't that wild?
Oh boy.
Absolutely, right? Like
Yeah.
they're working overtime on this creativity, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I gotta also MJ, your question for LaShawn because you're shining right now with that wonderful golden headwear you got on.
Thank,
I love
thank you,
it.
thank you, thank you. It's my first time. It's my first time seeing her. It's nice to see you again. All right, hold on a second. I'm trying to find it. You guys can see me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see you, MJ.
Oh, okay, okay. Thank you. Here's my question. My question is, can you share any knowledgeable experience and lesson to learn from your acting career?
Ooh. Hard work pays off. Um, there is definitely an artistry, I think, to acting. Um, and you see it come to life. Some of the greats that I've learned to or come to appreciate physical theater, like Broadway shows and things like that. For people who will go to college and get undergraduate and graduate degrees in theater and drama, it's serious if you put your heart and your time into it. It's a craft with technique, and we can see that come through. We can see kind of like the flip side of how far acting and even cartoon like shows have come in the past 30 years, like where Power Rangers started and where it is now, with um, more current things, Dino Fury, you know, if you were to watch MMPR side by side with something that has come out in the past 5 years, come on, you'll see drastic differences. Sets, props, even acting. One thing that I will say though, as the legends would have it with Walter, Karen, Nakia, Catherine, just naming a few, of course, they were good at what they did, and that has carried them throughout not just Power Rangers, but whatever they've put their hands on. So they took acting seriously, and I think were cast accordingly in future projects and endeavors that they did, and it was really awesome. So I think Saban Entertainment lucked out with them during that time, right, where you would get quality into, I mean, if we're being honest, what would be considered low budget at the time. The Power Ranger sets and suits and conditions, and even arguably for us pay, was not great, even for back then, especially in comparison to how big the franchise was and what it was doing in its growing popularity at the time. But they had quality people in spite of that. So kudos to an awesome team that was just selected to begin a legacy that nobody envisioned would last this long or become this big.
Agreed. And let me
Yeah.
just say too, LaShawn, to add
Yeah.
on to what you said about like how compare to MMPR to like the more modern day ones, you're very right about that because look at the advancement of technology, the advancement of AI. I mean, even though that had nothing, I mean, pretty much nothing to do with Power Rangers more than technology did, because but the major faction was the advancement of technology. That's why to
Absolutely.
compare, like you said, LaShawn, like it's hard to compare. I mean, tell me if you agree with this or not. It's hard to compare the budget that Mighty Morphin had to like the ones that had advancement of technology. And I'm gonna say it started around and Dan, MJ, Kwame, do you think that the advancement of technology in Power Rangers started around, I'm going to say maybe Time Force, maybe Lightspeed? When do you think advancement of technology occurred in Power Rangers?
You know what? When you say it like that, I'm kind of in between Time Force and Lightspeed Rescue because remember, Lightspeed Rescue came out in 2000 and then Time Force came out in 2001. I'd say those ones were the start of all this technology.
How about you, Dan? What do you think?
Well, I mean, what do you mean by technology? Like,
Well,
they
like
just,
compare the morph sequence from Mighty Morphin to something like Dino Thunder. Totally different. It looks more smoother and clearer compared to Mighty Morphin.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, they were just using the technology at the time
Yeah.
in '93, but there's something LaShawn got me thinking, like, the visual quality of the show may have gotten better, but like the season itself, hasn't. Like in my opinion, I think Mighty Morphin, Alien Rangers, like all that, um, is better than anything currently now. Like, uh, like Alien Rangers to me still holds up better than anything the past 5 years. Then like it's definitely better. Again, I'm in the minority here. I'm not really a fan of Dino Fury or Cosmic Fury. I like some of the ideas in it, but just because it's visually beautiful doesn't mean it's that good. And like I'll agree with her. I'll agree with her on the acting. Like the acting's changed, but the acting was also good back then in Mighty Morphin. It's just people like to nitpick and like oftentimes I blame that on the directors. The directors couldn't get the right performances out of the um, Rangers or actors. But then, see where I'm again, just because the technology is better doesn't mean the product itself isn't always better. And again, in my opinion, like I watch Night of the Living Dead on, like I have it on DVD, but it's a grainy DVD, and I don't care because the film itself still holds up in the story. It's all about the characters and the story and the plot, not so much the visuals. I mean, it's great if the like I would love if uh the show is like James Cameron level quality. Like again, I'm in the minority on this one too. I love Avatar, but not that many people like Avatar. But just,
I adore it.
but just again, I'm in the minority. Maybe it's because I'm in it and film like my own stories and stuff, where it's like I've seen a lot of good, a lot of bad. More like it doesn't matter that technology is the story and characters that shine through. But that's my 2 cents.
I agree on that.
No, I agree.
I agree.
100%.
I agree.
That was
Yeah,
very
yeah,
fair.
me too.
Lashawn, before we get to this tribute that I have stored for you, though, I have one question before we get to that, and that question is, Lashawn, as you know, based on the interviews that we've done, you're very cool, calm, and collect. You're very inspiring to me, in my opinion. With that being said, though, do you have any advice that you would like to tell to the viewers watching right now?
Oh, to my viewers watching right now, you know who I am, Petey. I think in our interactions and our engagement, I just try and give some hope and some encouragement because outside of us maybe having these pastimes and joy that we get in this nostalgia of the whole Mighty Morphin Power Ranger legacy, and how it's progressed. We've kind of developed a family over time. But with that comes how seasons have come and gone and times have changed and life literally looks different. I missed you at Ranger Stop Orlando, Petey, because
I
you got
know.
major life things going on, right?
That was painful.
And even the crowd that was there, there are a lot of people that came out. There's always a lot of people,
I
but it
was
was
there.
different. And that's right, Dan. But
I
it
wish
was
I was there.
different. It was different because we were right in the middle of people working at the airports for free, right? For weeks and flights being canceled and
Yep.
shut down because the government had been on a shutdown. We haven't dealt with that particular dynamic around the time of a con, right? So for everybody who made sacrifices or found a way to still come, because this is our annual family reunion, for Power Rangers, it just speaks to the dedication of us as human beings to try and survive through hard times, challenging times in our personal lives, things that are beyond our control. So whenever you talk to me, I'm probably one of the biggest fakers, right? Because I can give a good speech, but I really need to give it to myself, to just say, hang in there, even if things are tough, even if you got going on a lot going on, especially in your personal life, hang on. I'm a Christian, so I pray. Everybody, that may not be their thing, but it works for me. I don't wake myself up every day. But whatever you find that is helpful to get you through these circumstances that are often beyond our control, try to hold on to that and just don't lose faith. Hang in there. That's all I got, Petey.
Beautifully well said to LaShawn. Now, the moment that you were waiting for, LaShawn, the moment that everyone was waiting for, the ultimate best of LaShawn Davis. Every single scene dissected from both Hog Day Afternoons Part 1 and 2. I have made this. I actually finished it around the time I finished another project. I'm going to share screen. Let me know when everyone can see. And we're going to go ahead and show this wonderful 8-minute tribute to showcase LaShawn as a national treasure.
So sweet. Thank you guys so much.
Here we go. I'm gonna find the share screen button. Let me know if everyone can see, and then we're gonna go ahead and start.
Yep.
Everyone can see?
Yeah,
Yep.
good.
Here we go.
I can
Good.
see.
Ultimate best, LaShawn Davis.
Nice kitty. Oh, nice kitty. Nice kitty. Nice kitty. Man. Okay.
Good, Lion.
Thank goodness.
Nice line.
Thanks. Where'd you come from?
My name is Tanya. I've been watching this particular lion for a few days now, trying to make sure he didn't harm anyone.
He looked like he was sick.
He is. All the animals are getting sick now.
Some sort of plague?
Yes. They've become confused and weak, making them all the more dangerous.
That's awful.
I don't mean to be rude, but who are you and why are you here?
My name is Aisha. I was sent here to find something very important.
You better come back with me for now. It's a long way back to camp and you wouldn't want to be caught here when night falls.
The camp. Do you live here?
I do now. My parents were explorers. 3 years ago, they were lost on an expedition, and the local people took me in. I've been here ever since.
What about family?
Well, it's always been just the 3 of us, but now I have a large family of wonderful people. Except
what?
The animals. It could destroy our whole existence.
How much farther I really have to continue my quest?
It's still a ways. But what exactly are you looking for?
It's kind of hard to explain. It's a piece of a crystal and it's really important that I find it.
Hopefully Ashala will be able to help you. She's the smartest woman I know.
Who's Ashala?
She leads the people I live with.
Does she know what's making animals sick?
No one does, not even the wildlife researchers. They say this could destroy our whole ecosystem if we don't do something.
I used to work in an animal shelter. I wonder if I could help.
Right now, we're looking for a miracle. We better move faster. The sun will be setting soon.
What happens when the sun sets?
The animals. Some are very dangerous and unpredictable because of the sickness.
Oh no! The sun is going down. Don't worry. We'll be okay.
I wasn't kidding, Aisha. We're in danger.
This is wild.
I love this episode.
Good episode.
I'll take it.
Now the bloopers. Oh, there you go.
Tanya,
Yeah.
you know better than to go out after nightfall.
Nightfall.
Sorry, Ashala. I was tracking that lion and...
She ended up rescuing me. I'm Aisha. And I apologize if I caused any problems.
Let me take a look at you.
Look at you.
Why, it is as if I was looking at my own reflection 50 years ago.
Years ago.
I remember my mom telling me about my great aunt Ashala. Do you think...
Yes, it is a sign. You are home.
Tanya told me about the animals.
This is a dark time for us. The animals represent our future. When they cease to exist, so shall we. That is why you have come. To learn, to reach your potential, to deliver us from this great time of struggle. You are the chosen one.
But I was sent here on a quest to find something.
I have often called on the power of my personal talisman. And I am unsure. I give it to you.
Give it to you now.
There it is.
There it is.
Stay.
You had it the whole time.
There it is.
The epic crystal.
This is what I was sent here to find.
We were told that there would be a time when it would save us.
Oh, there it is.
Perhaps that day is here. Certain about this?
Yes, we are.
We have to go back where Tanya originally found me.
Very well. It is absolutely for the best.
I love the cloud. It's beautiful. Red cloud.
Yeah. Me too.
Safe journey, little one.
I don't fit in. What if they don't want me?
They'll love you as much as I do.
Aisha, do you have the crystal in your possession?
Suddenly, Zordon.
Zordon?
Whoa.
Zordon, this is Tanya. I'm sending her back with my crystal. I have to stay here. With my knowledge of animals and my experience as a Power Ranger, I know I can help find a cure for this plague.
My instincts told me this would happen with one of you. We shall miss you greatly, Aisha. We are
I
all
was starting to wonder where she went
I'm
off
not
to,
gonna
you
say
know?
goodbye, you guys. I love you, and being a part of you has meant everything to me.
We all feel the same about you. Aisha, your decision to remain has altered the course of your family's history, and you will find that they have joined you when the world is returned to the future.
Yes, I knew I was making the right choice. Somehow, I feel this is where I belong. This is the answer to my quest. Are you ready?
I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, me too.
You need not be frightened, Tanya. Know that the power will protect you.
Bye. I'll make you proud.
And you did.
You already have.
Starting to wonder where Aisha went off to. Now I know.
We must all be strong and welcome Tanya with open arms. This is a very brave thing that she has done.
Tanya, welcome.
You must be Billy.
Right.
This is for you.
Billy, now it is time to put the Zeo crystal in order.
Right, Zordon.
Oh.
Here goes nothing.
It's working, Billy! Isn't this wonderful?
Wonderful.
Oh yeah, this is what they're gonna turn back to normal.
Now that was the last scene that Lasean was in. But I did include a cameo of Nakia.
It worked.
JDF.
It's good to have you guys back again.
Welcome back, Rangers. Congratulations on a job well done.
Well done.
Tanya, are you okay?
Yes, are you okay?
She already hit puberty.
Oh, so your turn to
After everything that's happened today,
Nakia?
I know it's gonna take a while for me to get the hang of things.
So, Davis, that was for you.
Wow.
You became Nakia.
Do you still
That's
keep in touch?
crazy.
Like, forgive me, what was the name of young Aisha? Do you still keep in touch with the actress?
Cicely, I have her contact information. We don't talk often, and I see her post things on Instagram. So we talked a little after Ranger Stop Orlando when we were all together a couple of years ago. But we don't keep super in touch like that. But she's doing her own thing these days, and doing well for herself, I think.
That's good. And also, before we before we wrap up though, Lasean, I just want to say too, like, first of all, thank you for this amazing interview though. We're gonna move on to the final co-host comment and questions though, but I just want to say too, like, just doing that video, that was an absolute pleasure just making that video just because of how much Tanya just brought to the franchise though, like in Power Rangers, like what you and Nakia did was just absolutely epic and always legendary.
I just want to say thank you. I would have never thought when they found me that that particular role and episode, it really ushered in Nakia. And to me, she's always been the star or the focus, and rightfully so, right? She started the Zero series. But I wasn't thinking that the connection would have been as significant as the fans, or our family, as I like to say, would have found it to be. But when you guys found me, you would have thought I was some rare kind of black diamond over in Africa that somebody dug up. So the significance that you guys really have made that moment in the franchise's history and the transition into another series, the significance that you guys have made that to be is really, I think, just so heartwarming, and I'm grateful for it, because it invites me back, and the fellowship and the love has just been amazing over these past few years. So I'm grateful.
You roll it, Sean, and I'm hoping, like, are you attending PMCC next year? Because I'm really trying so hard to attend next year.
Well, let's talk about it. Whenever someone asks me a question like that, I still, with these conventions, feel like it's very much a privilege to participate, right? So some of them are often invitation based. Sometimes you may be able to make a request. Since California, Southern Cal specifically, is home for me, it would be very easy to make my way up to Pasadena and participate. So I'll just preface it as if I'm able to, and there is space for me at that particular convention, I'd love to participate.
Oh, you'll know when you see me. You'll definitely know when I'm there if you see me. Like I'll be the first one to shout out your name, and you'll know it's me.
Oh yeah, who can forget Petey, right?
Yeah.
Plus your
Mhm.
wonderful, awesome, legendary art, LaShawn. Now I could go on for days and just complimenting you until I'm blue in the face, but I'm gonna let other people. I'm gonna let my co-hosts give their final thoughts. Ladies, of course, first Jesse, Mr. Vine, your final comment and/or question for the legendary LaShawn Davis.
Of course. Great to see you again, LaShawn. And
Absolutely,
I also
Jesse.
loved the compilation videos Pete showed us.
Thank you. Did you have a final question?
No, not really.
Oh, okay. Dan, your final comment and/or question.
John, I'm glad you came here, and hopefully, speaking of cons, hopefully we get you to Chicago one of these days because I would love to see you here. But either way, either next Ranger Stop or next like whatever convention you'll be at, like hopefully I see you, and because I forgot to take a picture with you, so next time we definitely have to take pictures. And if you do karaoke again, maybe I'll do it with you if you want, because me and Elias were supposed to do, it was either Dream On or what was the other one? It was Backstreet Boys. Anyway, doesn't matter. Anyway, hopefully we party again next time because I had the time of my life with you last. If you get what I mean, if you get the reference from karaoke that night.
I will never forget it, Dan. I will never forget it.
It was so great. You and Mike, I love you guys.
That.
But
Right. Oh, my brother, he's good.
he's a great dude, and you're just equally as great. So I just love hanging with you. And again, we got to take pictures next time. So, but
Absolutely.
because you're the best, and just I love doing this. Pete, thanks for having me, and just yeah, just love you, LaShawn, and either way we'll talk more after this. So, but it was cool seeing you again.
Thank you so much, Dan. I love you right back.
Oh, I can't wait for my final comment. We'll save that for last. Quam, your final comment?
Don, it was great to have you back here once more, and it was enjoyable to interview you again.
Thank you, Kwame.
No worries.
Mr. Johnson, your final comment?
LaShawn, it was so intense. That it's so amazing to match you for the very first time. And I didn't know I knew you just got turned into Nakia, but I sometimes I get too amazed about it and carry the fun. Anyways, last year I went to New York City Comic Con to find Nakia, but she wasn't there. She ran short. So as soon as I haven't met her, I met Allison for the very first time. That's what I was pretty surprised that I did not expect that she was there. So yeah, you're such a good woman and good actress. You're very strong, by the way. And thank it was so I'm so happy to meet you. And that's all I got said. I'm blessing to meet you. So thank you.
That was beautiful.
I must say, MJ, I assume whenever I get with Petey or with shout out to Rob, who's not on here, tell him what the heck. Tell him I said what the heck.
Rob's a great dude.
Expecting to see Rob today,
right,
but I consider all my people here a safe space. Dan, I will come wherever I can because I just love the fellowship. So Chi-Town, I'll come through. Houston or Dallas, I have some friends in Texas that haven't been able to make it out. They're like, I hope you get down there. Well, shoot, I hope I do too. And New York Comic Con, who doesn't want to go to New York?
Of course,
I told Nakia.
Always wanted to
I'ma
go
get
there one day.
I told Nakia, I'm gonna get in your suitcase one time and just start traveling with you and Kat, and we'll do some things. So hopefully I can get around a little bit more.
They've been to
This
Chicago, so now we gotta get you here. Plus, if I may ask, when I get this done, would you want to sign it for me, the Zeo subcrystal?
absolutely. Hit me up, Dan, of course.
I will.
LaShawn,
Oh, that's a
I'm gonna say this though, LaShawn. First of all, like I said, thank you for this amazing episode. You're always welcome to come out anytime though, and I can tell you honestly, and you'll appreciate this, LaShawn, too, because like I said, we came out '95, so this is a story you'll appreciate too. Like when I was in school though, if I did very well in school, my parents would take me to McDonald's and Blockbuster every single like Friday if I did very well in school. And what
You're
do you think?
dating us. You're dating us, Petey. Blockbuster, seriously?
Oh, but you're like this. I apologize for dating Asian or dating. I apologize for that. Like, but it's in your favor though, Sean. I'm trying to. But what do you think I would rent there? Nothing but Power Ranger VHSs or video games.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, you have this incredible gift, LaShawn. Like I said before, when I saw you at PMCC, like the 5-year-old me came out that day. I felt like you took 35-year-old me and brought him way down here, make him feel like that kid in '95 watching Alien Rangers.
Oh, you're so sweet, Petey. I
And
appreciate that.
anytime. And I said Tanya was a very significant part of Power Rangers history for many reasons. And one of the main reasons was because she was, and then Kwame, MJ, tell me if I'm wrong here though, but she was the first Ranger that was actually part of the new seasons. For instance, David Yoss, Kat Sutherland, everyone, they were all part of Mighty Morphin. Nakia was actually the first one that was not part of Mighty Morphin as a Ranger.
I don't. I'm
Am I
gonna
wrong?
disagree. She was technically in Mighty Morphin. We just saw it.
No, but I'm saying like as a Ranger, like she was never a Ranger. She was a Zeo Ranger. Like
Yeah, she wasn't a Power Ranger just yet.
I'm saying like
But
yeah, she was just.
it gets complicated with this one.
Fair enough. No,
Because,
but, okay.
I'm not
It's
disagreeing.
pretty simple.
No, but
No, it's not.
Kwame,
It's not.
No, it's
It's
not.
really not.
It's not a simple, Kwame. But I meant Dan. What I meant was like
Okay.
was the Kia Baris the first ever that was not a Mighty Morphin.
Again, it's tough because she was in Hog Day Part 2. Season 3 in Alien Rangers is considered part of, well, at least to me, part of Mighty Morphin. So she may have not technically worn the suit or whatever, but by that point, they were like, the fact she was given the crystal and got the powers, she technically was a Ranger at that. But Billy may not have, again, to me, we can disagree and it's all this stuff, but to me, yeah, I mean,
That's fair. That's fair. I understand what you're saying though, Dan.
yeah.
She's part of Mighty Morphin in the episodes. I get what you're saying on that aspect. I was just saying
And
like formed.
Yeah.
That's all I was saying. But yeah, I mean, LaShawn, absolute honor.
It's so
and pleasure
unique.
Absolutely
Right?
honor, pleasure having you on, LaShawn. Always.
But yeah,
Thank you so
you're great,
much,
LaShawn.
Petey.
And I'm
Oh,
gonna actually
thank
have,
you, Dan.
I'm actually have this interview up like immediately after, like as soon as I get this up, I'm gonna have it up tonight though. So I'm gonna send you a copy like maybe an hour or two. So I'm gonna be on it lickety split. But one
Okay.
last thing before we wrap up, and you deserve this absolutely, LaShawn, and it's not like a 5-year-old like this, and that is, thank you, LaShawn. Thank you, LaShawn.
LaShawn.
Thank you, LaShawn.
Thank you, LaShawn.
You rule,
Thank you,
LaShawn. You have an
LaShawn.
awesome night, and I want to thank everybody that came on to co-host. You're all welcome to come on in the future, and here's hoping for another episode in the future. Have a good night, everyone.